Nancy, and welcome to another exciting edition of the trendiest show in the land. It's TrendingSA, right here on SABC3. I'm, of course, Lesego Tlhabi, and helping me with the business of the day is the man that runs the airwaves and the AMs and help us rule your TV screens and the PMs. It's Mo Flava.
Oh yeah, I'm the AM, PM kind of guy. From sunrise to sunset. You can't run, you can't hide. I'm everywhere.
We do try. Anyway, here to add some shade and a hint of spice to the trends and topics is the emperor who rules with an iron fist. Thatcher was found shaking. It's my Blair.
Thank you, Mom. I also, Lesego, I love the whole Dream Girls thing. You said, you have no doubt that I could love you forever. Come on.
The only trouble is...
On that note, it's time for Top Trends.
Now, it's officially Queen Noxolo Grootboom Day, and she's been trending at #1 for the most part of the day after the legendary newscaster announced that she's taking a final curtain call from broadcasting. Following the news of her retirement, social media was abuzz with fans celebrating the prolific anchor's 37 years of service. Only 2 people here know 37 years, while the others were heartbroken by the news.
The shade. It is evident that in her 37-year-long career, Mam Noxolo Grootboom has delivered breaking news and covered heartwarming stories without missing a beat. So tonight, we are going to take a trip down memory lane as we look at some of the iconic moments in her career.
I mean, we absolutely have to do that. We have to honor the greats. I mean, she's covered funerals of many prominent figures like President Nelson Mandela, Mama Winnie Madikizela Mandela, even delivered the eulogy of Akhumzi Jezile, just to mention a few. I mean, this is what she had to say about that moment, covering former struggle heroes Chris Honey's funeral. You've got to take a look at this.
How then did you manage, or did you manage at all to go through the broadcast without even shedding a tear?
Yo, I cried. I cried, but thank God, when we were doing that broadcast, there were no cameras on us, so I was able, to let out my emotions without spoiling the broadcast. Crying, yes, I cried.
With the heartbreaking moments, you can't mention Mam Noxolo without mentioning her impeccable fashion sense and style. She's arguably the prototype for adding effortless style and grace to anchoring and to tables like this. Take a look. Listen, okay. She's giving me red.
That's the one. That's the one.
Actually, guys, I knew.
So this is where your look today more or less comes from, yeah?
Yeah, I think she inspired all of us at this table. She definitely inspired hairstyles. She inspired, blazer moments.
You know what's scary about this? I remember all these looks. Like, I saw them. I saw them happen on TV. Like, I remember all these looks.
I could have sworn like our mothers were like, here.
Yeah,
trying to look like
this.
Definitely a
hairstyle I've seen on my mom.
I've definitely seen my mom trying to look like that before.
My mom had this exact hairstyle in 94.
So for the last time, Mzansi, here is the iconic phrase which had us glued to our screens.
Nangangalala ngobusuku nombethe ingubo yemvisiswano uxolo nothando ndinithanda nonke emakhaya.
Akhonto itshintshileyo ke ndinithanda nonke emakhaya.
Nanganingalala ngobusuku nombethe ingubo yemvisiswano uxolo nothando ndinithanda nonke emakhaya.
Oh, she is such a moving person. I mean, I spoke to her on my radio show this morning, and the one thing that she's looking forward to as well, just with retirement, is spending time with her kids. She said she has missed, matric dance balls, and she's looking forward to cooking for her family, opening the door for them when they walk in, to the smell of the aroma coming from the kitchen. That's all she wants to do. So 37 years being at the SABC and a lot of it being newscasting, I mean, surely she deserves a break,
Amazing.
And I love the fact that she's actually going to be here next week, Wednesday.
Yes.
She's going to take over TSA. We're going to have a special episode with her right here.
I mean, even so famous she is that the president decided to move his address, which is supposed to be at 7, to 7:30, and this was her reaction to receiving the news.
Yes! Oh my God! The country deserves this. The country deserves this. Yes!
Oh,
What a
guys, it's the
special
humility.
The special lady. She's the last of the trio to actually resign.
Definitely.
Miss Linda Komfa, Sibongile Sokulu, and then, yeah, it's an end of an era.
I think you should learn from the humility, though, Maple, okay? From one royalty to another, in some rather surprising news, the Duke of Cambridge has added a new title to his rank. According to a new study using Google, Prince William has somehow been named the world's sexiest bald man. I don't know.
So according to the study, Prince William has been called sexy a whopping 17.6 million times, which is basically just 2 more million times than I have been. Placing him
There's
at the
that humility.
top of the hotshot list. Many were left baffled by this revelation. Oh, Frank Bilak Bank tweeted this. He said, "Are you kidding us? Not as long as these guys are still alive."
I mean.
And actually, these are some good-looking people. Caustic Left had a few more people to add to that list, saying that the Palace PR campaign is hard at work, I see. There's Terry Crews, The Rock, Common, Samuel L. Jackson,
Brian
Jermaine Moore,
Claby should be added to this list.
Who?
Brian Claby. He
that?
knows himself. He's my dad.
Oh, okay. I like him. So personally, I've got one question and I want to ask it like Oprah. Is he bald or is he balding?
I mean, here's the thing. There are a lot of us men who will cut our hair because we are balding, right? But there are also people like me at some point who are just bald because we just look so much better, actually. You'll see one day.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. And that is the thing, right? But in his case, I think he's in a bit of trouble. I mean, a bit of trouble there.
I think you should just let go of the hair, though. A lot of those men on the list, I think, are probably bald, not by choice, but they make it work by removing the rest of the hair and rocking it.
I just think the palace is just trying to bury the Meghan Markle thing, and they're just throwing everything at us. Next thing, they'll tell us that Queen Elizabeth is the sexiest grandmother.
I mean, I don't think William is the sexiest person in his house. I don't. But I do think that, when you look at these lists of sexiest man, sexiest woman, I think there's something to be said about the Eurocentric standards. I don't think Prince William in any capacity can be the sexiest something. But when you look at the list, like even Blake Shelton, a couple of people who've made the list, to me, it just says like, the standard of beauty to people is very Eurocentric.
And they should just choose me.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean, sometimes it's about the sampling thing, my Blair. So if I go to my Blair's house and ask everyone in your house, who's the sexiest man in the country? Surely they're going to say you.
No, that's not a surely thing. It's actually me. Like, I'm not one of those charity cases. I'm actually the belle of my family. Move on.
Okay.
Well, we have to move on because the ANC's National Executive Committee meeting, that popped up on the timeline after the weekend-long meeting concluded last night with the address from President Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, the hashtag ANCNEC met to discuss, debate, resolve many issues which are grappling the party situation right now. Ramaphosa had a lot to say, including the situation around those that are being accused of corruption, including the SG of the party, Ace Magashule, having to do something very important in a matter of days.
All members who have been charged with corruption or other serious crimes must step aside within 30 days, failing which they should be suspended in terms of Rule 2570 of the ANC Constitution.
Wait, are they saying that everybody that has been charged is actually going to step down? How is this going to work? Are we going to go retrospectively? Because I just feel like clearly there's not going to be anyone at Luthuli House on Monday. Like, how's this going to work?
I also feel like, to me, this whole situation is like that Spider-Man meme. Everybody's pointing at corruption instead of,
The strangest thing for me is, there was a resolution taken by the ANC on this very issue in 2017. Now that moment has come, I just want to see what's going to happen next.
We're all here.
I'm going to be that boy sitting on a tree who can't get into a football field, watching outside to see, are they really going to have a situation where the likes of SG, Ace Magashule, stepping aside? Is he even prepared to step aside? Does he look like somebody who just wants to step aside?
Nobody's going to volunteer to step aside. That's what the last person that had to volunteer, I don't know if that was the case, was Utoni Yengen. And that's the last time we saw it happen. It's never going to happen again. That's all I'm saying.
But they just need to make like example. Just make like example.
Well, they have a lot of examples that they can use there. So let's see what happens. Troubling times at the ANC, and a lot of the stuff does have an impact on how things go forward as far as governance is concerned in this country. Listen, after that, we need to take a break. But when we come back, we're going to be talking to the regional coordinator for the South Africa, the Southern Africa Institute of Security Studies, Martin Ewi, joining us to talk about this ongoing violence in Mozambique. It is really disturbing. And then later, Vodacom keeps the women connected with the hashtag Flowers Not Fist segment. You don't want to miss this one. Stay with us. It is hashtag TsA on 3.
My name is Linda Sebezo, playing Ugoniwe with the Estate. What is the Estate on the 5th of April, no 7 o'clock, ku SABC 3. Bamilani, simphethele zonke izinto, sithi zakatha, sikhona, landelani.
I'm excited. I am so excited for the Estate. And as you've just seen, the exhilarating telenovela will be coming to SABC 3 in April. We are so excited to have front row seats to all the drama that will unfold and set our screens ablaze.
Yeah. So the cast will be right here with us on Thursday for an explosive takeover and to tell us about the secrets, the lies, the conflicts, and what can we expect from this telenovela. The one thing that's just getting me about this is that I'm watching my friends like Ostumomjadi getting roles as fathers, and it's aging me. Like, when did this happen? Why are we now fathers on TV?
Name drop.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful one. And maybe, Mable, if you behave, you might just get a cameo role.
As a villain.
If you behave.
Or an
So
emperor.
reality?
Can't wait. It's going to be a good one. Well, there are things that are not so pleasant. Hashtag Mozambique. While it's been on the timeline now for some time, the country is facing serious issues, growing threats of violence coming from the militant group Al-Shabaab. And of course, they have seized control of a town in the northern parts of the country. Several people have been murdered, which is absolutely dreadful, in the town of Palma, including a South African national. We're sitting with nearly 200 people, including foreign gas workers, forced to evacuate a hotel where they had been taken refuge in light of the situation happening there.
Now, these assaults began in the economic hub of the country shortly after gas company Total announced that it would gradually resume work in a $20 billion gas project in the region. And joining us now to give us a fourth perspective on the ongoing unrest in Mozambique is Regional Coordinator for Southern Africa at the Institute for Security Studies. Welcome to Trending, Martin Ewi.
Thank you.
So, Martin, so the insurgency has been going on and is on the rise since 2007. I just want to ask you right now, Martin, what is the current situation in Mozambique right now?
The current situation is very tense. It remained extremely tense since Wednesday when the insurgents attacked rampantly in Palma, including the Amarula Hotel, where there were a lot of foreigners. I think fighting continues between the insurgents and security forces in the town.
Now, many people, Martin, have asked why SADC, for example, and the AU are not intervening in the situation. And we know that the current chairperson of SADC is the Mozambican president, Filipe Nsui. So what is the possible reason why we are seeing this in action? And is there a solution to this problem? What are some of the proposals that have been out there just thrown around?
The international community so far has played a very limited role in terms of intervening in the conflict. And this is because the Mozambican government, and I would say Mozambicans in general, see this as a domestic issue, as an issue that can be resolved through domestic means, but which many of us do not share that idea, because terrorism, as we know it, especially international or transnational terrorism like what we are seeing in Mozambique, cannot be resolved by one country. A country even as powerful as the United States of America has shown that they cannot. When the attacks on 9/11 occurred, the United States needed many countries to work with it in order to address the threat that terrorism poses to the United States.
Martin,
so I don't understand why Mozambique or Mozambicans should even pretend that they can face this horror or this monster alone. It's not possible. and I don't think they can do it. So the claim of sovereignty is one that I think that it's been misled.
Martin, I just want to ask quickly before we go. For people that are in South Africa and they are watching this, and some are scrolling through Twitter and they just don't care about it, why should they care about this situation?
They definitely need to care, because terrorism is like rain that does not fall on one roof. It might be falling now on the roof of people in Cabo Delgado, but it can equally knock on our doors any day. If there is terrorism in your neighborhood, I think you should be concerned and not just say it is your neighbor's problem.
Okay, thank you so much, Martin, for joining us and giving us that insight. We will be following up on the story.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
All right, after the break, the founder of TrendingSA, Ms. Piche, joins us for our Flowers Not Fists segment brought to you by our BFFs at Vodacom. And we'll be talking about a scrunchie that was designed to protect your drink from possible spiking. It's down 3.
Hello, Piche. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hi, team. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. We are 2 minutes. We are on an ad break, and in 2 minutes' time. Okay. So our show runs very quickly. So we've got a few questions that we want to ask you. So if you can just keep your answers succinct and just go straight to the point so that we can get through as many questions as we can. Hi, Piche. She's frozen.
But then how will we have
We'll
an answer?
just talk about it. We'll say we
This is because Sive said a good show.
I can't believe it. What did you say? Sorry, my darling.
Okay, no problem. So I just asked that because we run at a very fast pace and we've got limited time and we've got a lot of questions that we just want to go through about your product. Can you just keep your answers succinct so that we can just go through as many questions as possible?
Oh no. At the exact same place.
What is going on? Oh.
Skype is worse, hey, when it comes to data. Oh.
Sure. Hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, but we can't see you now. Okay, we are just...
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I lost you again. I hope that doesn't happen during our time together.
Oof, that's our hope. Welcome back. This is Star on 3. So take action and play an active role in tackling the scourge of gender-based violence together with Vodacom. I mean, the time to turn a blind eye to this unprecedented rate of GBV in South Africa is long gone. Vodacom has created a GBV command center that is available 24/7. It offers counseling from qualified social workers through digital literacy and real-time resources. Vodacom is urging you to do your part. It's time for us to do our part with hashtag Flowers Not Fists.
Now, drink spiking is on the rise, particularly in South African spaces, and this phenomenon is targeting women across the country. So tonight in our hashtag Flowers Not Fists, we get close and personal with the founder of TrendingSA, a silicone reusable straw that also doubles up as a drink cover, cleverly disguised as a snuggly scrunchie that fits perfectly on your hair or your wrist. Please help me welcome to the show, Miss Piche. How are you, Piche?
Hello, I'm fabulous. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you for joining us. So can you please just demonstrate to us how the product works for those at home?
Absolutely. So with drink sparking being so rife, which we discovered after my daughter's drink sparking incident, we've designed the Drinker-Bell, which is just so functional, funky, and easy for the ladies to use. So essentially it's a scrunchie that the ladies can either wear in their hair, or if they want to wear their hair down or they've got short hair, they can just wear it on their wrist. And when they get to wherever they're going, they order their drink. They simply open the secret compartment in the scrunchie. And in the secret compartment, there's a hidden liquid-resistant drinks cover and eco-friendly reusable silicone straw. So the ladies can just cover their drinks. It's so simple, so quick and easy. They put the cover on their drinks. They put the scrunchie around the base of the glass, and their drink is totally protected for the duration of their evening out. So what is so awesome about the Drinkable is that we've done the designs in all different colors so the ladies can choose their own fabrics. There's stripy ones, leopard print ones, polka dot ones, plain ones. So it's not only a great drinks identifier, but it also means that nobody at any stage can put drops, tablets, or anything into the drink. So the ladies are safe at all times.
Piche, I read that there's actually a story behind why you formulated this product and you started your company. Can you please tell us that story?
Sure, yes. It's a sad story, but it's got to have a happy ending. My daughter was out with some friends at 7 o'clock in the evening in a restaurant in an upmarket suburb. She was literally just out having dinner and her drink was sparked and she became so ill. She was very sick that evening. She fell, she hit her head, she became progressively more and more ill, and it took her 3 days to recover. She shook like she'd been plugged into an electric socket. She couldn't stand on her own. Her eyes were bloodshot. She was so pale. It actually took her 2 months to recover. So we actually just sat together after that and we raised awareness and we said, this is crazy that this kind of thing is going on and we need to do something about it. And more people put their hands up and said, yes, it's happened to me, it's happened to me. And we just thought we can't sit by and watch this happen, especially feeling so strongly about being so anti-gender-based violence.
Sure. You know, Piche, I'm listening to the story and I'm thinking to myself, we need to get this product out there. We need to make sure that as many young women out there get it, because we all know what some of we men get up to, which is no good. So where can we access this product and how is that even coming along in terms of getting it out there and making sure that it's accessible?
Oh, thanks so much. Yes, it's our wish that every woman or girl or lady has one on her at all times, because we need to reduce the anxiety of them ever wondering about being sparked or their choices being taken away from them, because often with drink sparking, they end up being robbed, assaulted, raped, or sadly even murdered. So we do have an online store on www.drinkabell.co.za, but we are also actively getting stockists signed up all over the country so that if ladies have an impromptu night out, they can stop in at the local petrol station or they can get one from their nail bar or their local retailer, and literally anywhere, pick up a Drinkable, always have one on them and make sure that they're safe at all times. We really just want to minimize the risk.
Absolutely. And I mean, in just 6 weeks, you have done wonders. So we are fully behind this idea and we thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you so much. And please, to all the ladies, stay safe out there. And every lady that we can prevent from her drink being sparked or being assaulted or a victim of gender-based violence is a win for us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So you at home, you can continue to help the ones you love with Vodacom's ongoing commitment to prevent gender-based violence. You can download the free Bright Sky app or call the Vodacom GBV Command Center on 0800 428 428. Available 24 hours, 7 days a week for your support.
Indeed. Well, that is how we wrap the show tonight. So thank you very much for tuning in to Trending SA. Tomorrow, we're back to do the same thing, if not better, right here on SABC3. Good night.